talking so much more about just being a human being. It's not really about being a poker player, the things that you're helping with. So, but for, obviously, our viewers at home, most of them are going to be poker players, is there anything really simple that you could tell them that might help with their poker game? Even if it's just take a step back, you know, from your life to get more comfortable with yourself, what would you offer to them? You know,
well, first of all, is that be passionate about what you do. So if you play poker, be passionate about it, be excited about it. But if things don't go the way they're supposed to go, don't come home and yell at your wife or yell at your husband. You know, don't come home and start yelling at everybody, and then you feel really sad. I see a lot of people in the poker business that play poker today that their lives are so terrible. I mean, they're really struggling at home. They're struggling on drugs. Why? You know, they have this passion for poker, but just because things don't go the way they're supposed to, you don't take yourself and make your life even worse. You don't affect other people because of that. What I will tell them is to be strong enough to where you play poker, you're excited about it. If you think you had a bad beat, think of it this way. You really didn't get a bad beat. There's really no such thing as a bad beat. A bad beat is when you're born and you don't have any arms. Right, that's a real bad beat. Your bad beat is if you're somewhere in this world where someone is trying to go ahead and trying to find fresh water to live for the day. You just lost a poker match. Right. Get your ass back up and do it again. Sorry, excuse my language.
No, it's a good point, though. It's a good point. It's a good point.
So get your ass back in the seat, and then tomorrow you'll have another tournament to play. You're not dead. Nothing really has happened. So when you start looking at poker that way, it becomes more of a game. But what you got to do is think of poker as an Olympic sport. If poker was an Olympic sport, how much would you train? Would you go ahead and make sure that you don't party till 4 in the morning the night before the tournament? Okay, you don't
Any clients you want to name, perhaps, that do that?
Well, you don't want to take last-minute flights where you're showing up on red eyes right before the tournament. If poker was an Olympic sport, would you make sure you're energized, make sure you have good energy, make sure you eat right? Well, all those things, where your mind is cleared, you're completely focused. Yes, you would do that, but people don't treat it like that. Right. People think, well, I just want to get drunk, I'll be fine, I'll be on the tables next day. But when you take it serious, you'll see things change. Not just in your own life, which is more important than any poker, but in your poker game, things will start changing. And that's all I've done, is try to make sure that there's less distractions.
So you've had great success with David Williams now. We mentioned Antonio, Phil Hellmuth. If there were some players that you're not coaching yet, that you think maybe around poker you've seen, you've gone, these guys could use a little bit of help and maybe I could push them to the next level. Anybody by name that you think could use your help?
Joe Seba. Without a doubt.
Can you make him not finish 7th place in tournaments? Is that possible? Will he at least get a 6th place under his belt?
I've actually been chatting. We've been trying to sit down, so we're still trying to carve out a time to grab some coffee.
Well, I think that there's a lot of players that, you know, if not me, there's a lot of guys that do what I do. You know, every single person that does what I do, I commend them and they do a great job. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and I got publicity now. But I helped this guy who was a homeless, and I think it was about a year and 4 months ago that he was in the streets, and I helped him get a temporary job through a temp agency where he was able to become a welder. And just a few weeks ago, he just bought his own house.
Wow,
which incredible. Now that's a real win.
And today we had him on the show, Mike the Mouth Matiso, everybody. Great job. Very well done with Mike. That was good work.
Well, if you had one simple thing to tell me, specifically, just since you threw out my name, what would you say? Without getting too personal, there's probably something.
I think you lack discipline, and I think that when you're flying into tournaments that are like, you know, right before they start, and you're just, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. It's not even worth putting in the buy-in.
That does happen.
Yeah, it's not even worth the buy-in because you're completely wasting it because you're not at your 100%.
Right.
So there's other things we can talk about.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
What would you say to the skeptics? There are people out there who definitely think that this is a complete sham, that it's bunk, that there's nothing you can really do to help people, that it's their own skills, it's variance. You know, the poker world is all about math. It's variance. It's David Williams was running bad. Now he's running good. It's got nothing to do with Sam. What would you say to those people?
Well, first of all, one of the greatest players of poker, Phil Ivey, said that he goes a lot on feeling. Okay, and I think mind over variance. I had an email from somebody that said mind over variance. But I think, you know, variance has something to always do with something. But for all the haters or the skeptics, all I would offer them is a lot of love, because I believe that in most cases, most haters and skeptics are really undercover admirers, because they do admire what you do, but for them to feel better about themselves and better about them not getting the results that they wish that they could get, so they kind of want to tear someone else's building down. Now, I don't say this to be where I'm just going after somebody, but if you think about it, why do people talk bad about people who are getting good results? Think about it. If someone's getting good results,
Well, jealousy.
Jealous, enviness, that could be part of it. But you want to be an uplifter in life, meaning that if someone's getting good results, you say, hey, whatever you're doing, whether you're just lucky, whether you're just you have great strategies, congratulations, you're doing a good job. But for you to go ahead and try to knock someone down who's having some success, you have to ask yourself the question, say, am I doing this so I can feel better about myself? They actually did a study. They wanted to find out is why do people sit in front of you, and when something's bad in your life, they sit in front of you, they take you out for a drink, they take you go have some dinner, and they talk to you a lot more when something's bad in your life. What they found was when people listen to your problems, they were actually saying to themselves, thank God my life is not screwed up as hers. Tell me more. They actually feel better about themselves listening to your problems.
Doesn't work with bad beat stories, though. I just want to point that out. Nobody wants to hear your
Nobody
bad beat
wants to
stories.
hear the bad beats. But what I'm saying is that, so for any haters, when you're trying to build the tallest building in town, my suggestion to anybody is focus on your own building. Keep building yours. And when you focus on somebody else's building, you stop building your own building, and you actually go behind. So for anybody who feels that way sometimes, be an uplifter. And if you don't like someone's strategy, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I offer them all the love in the world, and I hope them all success. And one of the things that many people don't know I do for my players is I'm really big on meditation. I meditate good energy, I channel good energy, and for a lot of people, I was like, oh my God, what is that mumbo jumbo? But in the next 10 years of science, you'll see a lot of stuff come out on vibration energy and how that works, but that's a whole nother show.
Well, Sam, thank you so much for being on the show. It was very informative, and best of luck to you and to all the players that you're coaching. Maybe we'll get Seabuck in there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.